Welcome back. The Biden administration today making its most forceful push yet to get Israel to end its war with Hamas.
Since October 7th, a year ago, Israel has achieved most of its strategic objectives when it comes to Gaza, all with the idea of making sure that October 7th could never happen again. Now is the time to turn those successes into an enduring strategic success. And there are really two things left to do. Get the hostages home and bring the war to an end with an understanding of what will follow.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken made that plea as he left Tel Aviv this morning. It comes as Hezbollah confirms that one of its top officials, who was expected to become the group's leader, was killed in an Israeli strike. Israel, meanwhile, continues to strike Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon, and as it weighs potential strikes on Iran. NBC's Raf Sanchez has the very latest from Tel Aviv.
Hey there, Secretary Blinken departed Israel today en route to Saudi Arabia, and his parting words to the Israeli government as he boarded his plane was that the U.S. sees it as critical that when Israel retaliates against Iran for that October 1st ballistic missile attack, it do so in a way that does not trigger a new cycle of escalation. The U.S. wants to see a kind of Goldilocks strike, big enough that it sends a message to Iran, small enough that it doesn't trigger a regional war. That is obviously a difficult calculation to make. Israel's defense minister was at an air base here a little earlier today, speaking to the pilots who will carry out that long-range strike. And he was saying, making very clear, it is a question of when, not if, that Israel retaliates. The Israeli government is also signaling it plans to hit back after Saturday's Hezbollah drone attack, which we are now learning had actually damaged the private residence of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu a little further up the coast here. That is a fact that was under military censorship in this country for several days. It is seen as an absolutely massive security failure. You can only imagine if a militant group was able to launch a drone that damaged the private house of President Biden in Delaware, the kinds of questions that would be asked. Meanwhile, we are seeing just a spiraling humanitarian crisis in northern Gaza, where Israeli forces are besieging the Jabalia refugee camp. They say that they are pursuing Hamas militants who have regrouped there, but the UN is warning that food, medicine is not getting in. Hospitals are absolutely overwhelmed. Rescue crews are not able to collect bodies that are piling up in the street. And just one grim data point, the United Nations today saying it's been forced to call off its polio vaccination campaign in the north of the Strip because Israel's bombardment is so intense at this point. So that is children inside Gaza who are not going to be vaccinated against polio because of the intensity of the fighting. Back to you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.